Hey and welcome back to the Power of Youth Plus. I'm Merna. Today we are tackling a big question. With so many new majors emerging, how do you pick the perfect university major for you and your future? Today we are at the University of International Business and Economics here in Beijing. Please check out this video. Welcome back to the Power of Youth Plus. I hope you enjoyed the video of University of Economics and Business here in China. So we are gathered with three amazing guests. Please say hello to the audience. Okay. So welcome guys, thank you for joining us. Can you give us a small intro about yourself to the audience as well? Let's start with Svetlana.
Yes, sure. Hello everyone. My name is Svetlana and I'm from Armenia. My major is business administration.
Hello everyone, my name is Trần Phương Duyên. I'm from Vietnam and my major is international development.
Thank you for having me. I'm Jerry Yang Boyuan. I'm from China and I major in financial engineering.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Power of Youth Plus. So tell me, how many years have you guys been in China? What grade are you right now in university, Svetlana?
I've been in China for 2 years already, and now it's my third year of bachelor in business administration.
Actually, this is the first year of pursuing master in UIBE, so I just been here for like more than 2 weeks.
More than 2 weeks?
Yeah, but everything so far is really good.
I've been the third year as an undergraduate.
And what made you choose this university? I know it's very famous in China, but like, what was the choice of selecting UIB specifically?
Because I'm a bit interested in finance as a kid. I've witnessed how mobile payment has replaced cash as a new paying trend in China as my generation. So I'm a bit interested in how this drastic, not just the convenience, but magic happened. So I find there's something related to financial engineering. So as UIB is a top financial business school for this part, so I entered here after my college entrance exam.
Well, a couple of reasons, but the main one is my personal interest, because I believe that business administration provides a variety of choices. You can study marketing, HR, operations management, just literally everything, because it has like a wide variety of things. That's why I think it's the main reason why I chose this major.
So it was in 2024 and I joined a program with UNDP team, and that program to support people with underprivileged and with underprivileged condition, and to have people with disability to connect with higher education. So it's made me feel like, there's a major called international development, and if I pursue that, I can, gain more knowledge to help people with that low condition like that. And in Vietnam, especially, it's a developing country, and there are so many chances to pursue like more opportunity in career in that in my country, and also there are also a lot of cases need to be supported.
Well, that's awesome. Well, as we know, China usually has lots of development initiatives with different countries in the world, whether it's with Southeast Asia or with Africa or with the Middle East. So it's really exciting not to know that only the big initiative are like international organizations. Some of the development happens through students, right, at such a young age. So I think you're a perfect example of sharing how development could happen with education being shared across different cultures. So tell me a bit more in China. We'd like to let our global audience also know as well, what majors are considered the ones that are so prestigious?
That means the hot majors, right? I think because maybe some majors have a fancy name, or someone says it has a promise to high salaries or a golden ticket to the future.
Pretty traditional majors like law, medicine, engineering, they're also the most stable ones, I think. And it's like family expectations that you go, you study law, you study medicine, you study engineering, and all the new upcoming majors. People are scared of them because no one knows what is it, what's gonna happen next. And yeah, like I was asked by my grandparents to go and to become a doctor, but I didn't listen to them, but yeah.
I think that's so relatable in so many cultures and countries when your grandparents wish that you become a doctor. So I think it's so relatable and true. All right, so tell us a bit more about Vietnam. What majors are considered the prestigious ones in the eyes of elders?
Well, actually, people in my country, they are prefer something stable here. And some prestigious one, something related to medicine, economics with like really high salary. But nowadays, people also pay more attention into something kind of trendy like AI. It sounds really fancy. But personally, my major, international development, people don't have really much vision about this field. So maybe I have to try more to make people understand about this field.
It's pretty new, isn't it? Considered not a traditional major. Well, you mentioned something very important, which is there are so many emerging majors right now. There's one question that I've been dying to ask all our guests right here, which is when you were a child, what was a childhood dream? What is the major that you really, really wanted to pursue when you were younger? Let's start with Svetlana.
All right, well, I wanted to become a teacher and a polyglot. Well, I became a polyglot, but not a teacher. But I feel like my childhood dream sort of influenced me how I chose my major right now, because business, you can choose doing whatever you want. You can merge business, and apart from business, you can do something else. For example, I can be a businessman, but at the same time, I can be a businessman and open my law firm, or I can be a businessman and to open my own school. You know, so I think it sort of influenced my decision that I have now. And who knows, maybe in the future I'll also experience being a businessman at the same time a teacher. I don't know.
There's no limits, I think, when you study business. There's so
Yes.
much open opportunity. What about you? Tell us, when you were a child, what was your childhood dream?
Well, actually, I love to become a diplomat, and I did pursue a bachelor degree at the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam in international communication. But I love the idea of sharing things with people, sharing knowledge and help people. So when I have a background in those field, I feel like, okay, I can reach more limit in my major in international development. So I choose to be here. And so actually, I think my childhood dream also affects me because from sharing things, connecting people, we can connecting nations, we can share like a lot of value between countries. So yeah, it's driven me far than what I thought.
That's really exciting, and I love how focused all your childhood dreams are. To all our lovely audience, if you have a childhood dream major that you really wanted to pursue, please leave it in the comments below so we can get to know you a little bit more. They're such focused dreams, I feel. When I was younger, at least me and my friends, I think we had much wilder dreams. I think we had astronaut on the list. I think we also had musician, artist, DJ. One of them had a really big I didn't even know if DJ was a major, but that was one on the list.
But in China, some small young age person are not permitted to go into bars or below some certain age. So maybe as a kid, I didn't contact with jobs like DJ.
Music or DJ.
I want to be a game designer.
Wow.
You know, as a kid, I'm playing video games, but maybe some are designed not elegant, not enough fun. So I want to design something by myself, not just for the part of art, but for how it plays.
What are some online games that are popular among Chinese youth right now?
A very prestigious one is Black Myth, Wukong.
Yes.
Yes, it's on the Steam. It has been top ranked for a long period because it contained very great culture, and I've played for a bit of time, but I'm not very good at that. So I recommend it to all the audience, whether you are a Chinese culture or you just just searching for a good game.
That's awesome. Boyan shared something lovely, which is for all our young people, I think specifically in university age right now, they love video games and online games. If you haven't played Black Myth Wukong yet, I'm sure you can try it out, as he
Yeah, me
said.
too, especially me. I'm really bad at gaming, playing games, so yeah, a good contact.
There's a good contact to stay in touch.
Maybe if we have time, we can.
Of course, right after this.
Yeah.
Chemistry happening on our show right now in Power of Youth, but we now are entering into a main topic of our discussion today, which is actually emerging new majors of this generation. So I'd love to ask a little bit more about business in terms as a major right now. What are the developing majors in this big institute of like business school?
I would say it's e-commerce or something about AI, implementing AI in the business field, or digitalization. Also, we talk a lot about green energy. So I would say these majors are developing and becoming very high demanded. Also, I know that there is some social media majors that are really popular now, like how to become a blogger, how to have your own social media. I think it's also very popular now.
It is definitely. I think e-commerce is something you mentioned that is blowing up internationally all over the world. So I do think this is something that has developed quite quickly in recent years, I think.
Yes, we have this major in UAB.
You do. You know, something I wanted to ask you about business, because I actually have met a friend recently. He says he studied business, but now his field of work is actually cultural communication among businessmen. Because he said if you represent, for example, an enterprise from China and you're having to do business with an enterprise from Armenia, the culture aspect is very important.
Yes,
so like, for example, what a Chinese enterprise would think is respectful or what they think is a strategy might sound completely different in Armenia. Have you had any experience in that, either growing up or doing your major right now?
You know, it's actually, we had a class, it's called business etiquette, where you actually learn how people from different countries communicate with others. So in future, when we have to deal with this, we have to be aware how to act. And we have a lot of business clubs, even in the university. And I believe that cross-cultural communication is very important. And that's what teaches you when you go abroad and you study in a different country. It teaches you a lot how to communicate with different nationalities and people from different backgrounds.
The audience who is not so familiar with your major or the emerging majors coming in your entire institute, can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, so people now, we are facing a lot of problems, especially something related to environment, pollution. So according to SGD, actually it is Sustainable Development Goal. There are so many categories related to sustainable environment, and people have to protect life on land, but also life underwater. And we also have some action that's to save our planet. So it is something, sounds a little bit old, but it's new in some way, as I said, because there are so many new kind of pollution, for example, like that. And besides from that, we also want to have like a fair community to help people with underprivileged condition. So yeah, something kind of that. And also something kind of related to technology. We have something kind of like e-commerce, farewell, like things like that.
So I have a good question about that. Is this work through, through NGO, through organizations, or through the internet, through government's behaviors, through aid project or something like that?
Yes, actually the goal that I set, SDG, is from the UN. But UN is also an international organization, and we have to combine actions between the government, international organization, and also our personal activities. I mean, daily habits every single day like this.
I think one most evident emerging trend is that we have some new applications and new usage in this field. And I like to have a comparison or a contrast with the something you've said. Like Shiv said, a big project to tackle with things like pollution. And we also have some micro methods in my field to also help to tackle things like that.
All right, so we are now discussing another important topic, which is when choosing a major for university. All of you had specific stories and inspirations on why you chose this major. But for example, if we are saying right now as a new student, lots of new job opportunities are coming up, but lots of possibilities we cannot imagine. So as you said, should we pick majors, or as the freshmen that are coming up, should they pick majors that already have a stable environment, or should they be open to new majors that are coming up?
I would say it's a very complex question because we're people and we're in our path of exploring things throughout all our life. And some people can choose to become a doctor and then in 5 years realize, oh no, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be, I don't know, some game designer, you know? So as for me, my personal experience, I'm still exploring myself. And as for my master's degree, I'm still choosing the field that would suit me more. Of course, it's related to business, but some narrow field. Not only to be a businesswoman, but in something else. Businesswoman, but where? Like something with a inclination to something else. And for freshmen now, I think the major they choose, it should be at the same time as a safe option, but also if they're really passionate about it, they should just go for it. Because I believe that it's never too late to switch major, to change your path. As long as you're actually passionate about it, you're willing to work and you're motivated. Without motivation and discipline, there's no way you will achieve something.
Perfect, perfectly said. You actually reminded me of a character that we have all been introduced to online this year, which is the movie of Ne Zha. So the creator of the movie actually studied medicine, right? He was a medical student for years, but he loved drawing. He loved the animation, he loved drawing, and he decided to pursue that, right? And eventually it came out. It's never too late. It is definitely never too late.
For me, at the moment that we choose the major, it might be stable, but who knows, like in the next, maybe tomorrow, this cannot be stable like that. So I think we just need to focus on what we like, because if we really into something, we will have motivation to go to work after that, to do the thing that we like. But also we have to see that is it really value society? Like we just cannot do the things that we like, but it doesn't mean anything, right? And also I love the idea that you have shared, like it's never too late to change. And I believe that all experiences that we have gained in the past will contribute for a better we tomorrow, right? And life is like connecting dots. So we connect all experiences that we have and to build a better future like that.
I would like to add something else. While I was choosing my major, business administration was in the highest demand. But now look at all the freshmen, what do they choose? AI, digitalization, e-commerce, so...
In just a few years difference, right?
Yes.
Within a few years.
3-4 years difference.
And I also think that it depends on who you are and what character, what figure you are. Because, choosing an emerging major or you try to shift to another major requires courage, and so it's always followed with risk and uncertainty. If you have an appetite or you can bear a level of uncertainty through all the way, then you can choose that. And I also have some experience from myself that the knowledge I learned as a freshman is at now is a bit slightly outdated, some of them. So we must admit that it's fast evolving. So, but never mind and try to embrace the possibilities.
It is true. It is true what you mentioned, because I think lots of people worry a lot about the major they pick because they're like, if I pick wrongly, maybe it'll affect my future. But the truth is, university only gives us a outline on how to think and how to solve issues. I don't really believe if you study something specific in university, you have to end up doing that eventually. Okay, so you've heard it from our 3 guests here on this episode. University is not a life sentence. It is only a part of life, a journey that will continue, and it's never too late to learn. For our lovely audience right now, please leave it in the comments below and tell us your answer. Do you think you should pick a major that will give you a stable future, or do you think there is endless possibilities? Let us know in the comments below. This is the Power of Youth Plus, and see you next time.